First of all, good morning to everyone. We just wanted to take this opportunity to give an update on one of our homicide for the police department, and we're making sure that we continue to give the facts so that the citizens are informed. And I want to take this time to thank the community and the citizens for their great participation. We've had an outpouring of support and help from the community in this recent homicide that we'll give you an update on now, and we just continue to ask that the citizens continue to participate. I can't do it by myself, the chief can't do it by himself, the police department can't do it by herself. It's going to take a collective body, and that's the citizens getting involved and getting engaged, and we want to say thank you for your help. We've come a long way, but we got so much more work to do, and we appreciate the help that you've given us. So have Chief Davis give us a brief update as well.
Good morning, everyone. A felonious assault and murder warrant has been issued for Eric Johnson, age 25. Correction, that's Eric Jenkins. Eric Jenkins, age 25. Jenkins is wanted for the murder of Thomas C. Williams and the wounding of Montel Scott. On Thursday, March 4th, at approximately 11:54 p.m., the Youngstown Police Department received reports of multiple rounds of gunfire in the area of 3223 South Avenue, the Coconut Grove. Upon arrival, officers discovered Thomas Williams deceased in the parking lot. A second victim, a security guard, Montel Scott, was also shot multiple times while standing in the rear of King Court's bar at 3223 South Avenue. Mr. Scott is recovering from his injuries. A second accomplice, his image is being provided to the public in hope of identifying this male. Anyone with knowledge of the whereabouts of Eric Jenkins or the identity of the unknown second male suspect should contact the Youngstown Police Department. All information can be given at 330-746-CLUE. Individuals providing information which leads to the arrest and conviction of these suspects will be eligible for a cash reward. And at this time, Captain Rod Foley, the Chief of Detectives, will answer any questions.
Good morning, everybody. Last Friday we were able to work with the city prosecutor's office in obtaining this warrant for Mr. Jenkins. We held off on releasing it publicly until we have some opportunities to search for him. However, at this time we do not know his whereabouts. We believe he possibly could still be in Columbus where he has an address, or even back in Youngstown. So anybody with information, when you see the picture of Mr. Jenkins, please call that 746-CLUE or 747-7911 and just talk to the police dispatchers directly, and we'll try to track that information down. Also, there's going to be an image provided of a second subject seen with Mr. Jenkins right before the shooting. We do not know who this individual is yet. Our attempts to identify him have been negative at this time. So anybody with, when you get a chance to look at that picture, that you think that you recognize this individual, make sure you please contact the Youngstown Police Department. Mayor?
Questions? Joe?
Do we have any idea what the motive is? What causes shooting?
We do have a possible motive, but it's kind of early for us to release that. We're going to hold off on that until we get some more information.
Did these guys know each other beforehand?
That's unknown.
Other questions?
I'm sorry, I hate to
No, go ahead, Joe.
The second victim in this shooting was a security guard. He was a security guard at the place next door, or at the place?
Actually, the Coconut Grove is named now the King's Court.
Oh,
So there is some confusion even on my part when I was getting briefed by our detectives that they did change the name of it on the liquor license. So it goes by the King's Court name,
okay.
but it still has the old signage out front of Coconut Grove. What we do know is that he was working as an armed security officer at the back door of that particular establishment. He appears to be the target of Mr. Jenkins, who initiated this whole shooting by walking up into the parking lot and just started shooting at least probably maybe up to a dozen rounds at the security guard.
Did the security guard and him, did they have an issue in the bar before, do we know, or outside?
We are unaware of any previous altercation between those two individuals.
Did the security guard manage to fire his weapon?
He did.
Okay. I gotta ask, was there any way his weapon could have hit the victim?
We're still trying to determine that. We're going to have to wait for more forensic results to come back from the medical examiners.
Got more, Joe?
Well, not on this, but why we got you guys here, is there any update on the wounding of the young boy on McBride Street, on whether charges will be filed, and also the homicide on East Auburndale on March 6th, the domestic homicide, if there will be any charges filed in that?
I'll let Attorney Libyan answer the question about the other first one that you asked about, Joe. The second one, that was presented to the county attorney's office, prosecutor's office, and they will present that to the grand jury.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Are you guys sending, I'm sorry, are you guys sending the photo through email then?
Yes, I did send it. Well, the chief's office will send it out.
Okay.
Joe, in order to answer your question with regard to the child shooting,
Yeah.
given the sensitive nature of the matter, we're taking our time and moving very slowly and cautiously, but it's still an open investigation, and we have grave concerns that anyone would leave a gun accessible to a small child, so it's definitely not a matter that's concluded.
Okay.
Any other questions? Go ahead, Joe.
I'm sorry, I guess I got one more on. The second person you're looking for in this homicide, did he fire a weapon? Or just Mr. Jenkins, or are you guys just looking for him because he was with Mr. Jenkins?
At this time, we did not see any video footage of the second subject shooting, but that doesn't say that he didn't.
Okay.
Okay, but at this point, we do not know if he did shoot any firearms or not.
If I can add, maybe to
you.
clarify some of the,
Yes.
you're sort of dancing around something that is going to become clear in time, that when you come to a gunfight and you start the gunfight,
Yes.
you're responsible for
responsible.
everything that happens from that point on. So regardless of who ultimately shot the decedent, it's a matter of this man coming from Columbus and unloading his weapon at the King's Court, and he will now be charged with aggravated murder, the felony murder concept.
So you guys are, just to be clear, you have no idea why this guy showed up at this bar and just started popping off rounds?
I haven't been briefed on the investigation since the weekend, but you know, we have some theories, but that's just it. We haven't had anything to substantiate it yet.